and welcome to another episode of Hackers Misadventures in Scale Modeling. Now, I owe you people an apology. It's been some time since I last posted a video, and reason being is that I work at a big box store, a hardware store, and spring madness hit us. All the gardeners came crawling out of the woodwork. So all my time has been spent doing that. Unfortunately, this is only a side thing, so work and making money takes precedence over things. Now, they also moved me to a different department, so I'm in doing two duties at the same time. What can I say? Anyways, the other reason is that I've had some personal problems crop up in my family. My wife's father is not very well. They live in the Philippines, and all my efforts and time has been focused on trying to figure out how to get her home again to see her father, because the man is begging for her to come and see him. So my time's being tied up. And also, I've just sort of lost my mojo there for a bit. Now, it seems that I'm not the only one. I watched this video channel. It's Will Patterson, and he's a good guy. I like him. He's got some good ideas and some ideas I question, but generally I watch it because he is a good modeler. He's an excellent modeler. A little heavy on the weathering, but that's him. He likes weathering, and hey, if that's what you like, all the more power to you. Now, he has a little he hasn't been posting for a couple months now, and he gives a good explanation why he hasn't been posting. So let's see what he says.
What's up, gangsters? How about less than 23 minutes of random? And I say that
Let me move
because I'm
over.
pretty sure that's all that's left on this card before I have to delete something. Hell, I
Excuse
don't even
me.
know if I know how to do this anymore. It's 2024, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know, this may be the first video I've made this year. Hell, I don't know, it's been so long. Yeah. Why is my channel dead? Am I never doing videos again? And you know what? The answer is I don't know. The truth is I just have not felt motivated. I haven't felt like I had anything to say. I haven't felt like, I don't know, like there was much purpose. I don't know. It's kind of a weird combination of things. And I'm sure some of you know that the Sprue Cutters Union podcast is over. Chris and Tracy and I decided mutually to end that a few months ago because, frankly, we were kind of getting to the point where it was a struggle for us, both in terms of time and motivation. And we felt like, we were doing good, we did a good thing, and we should, not to say we were on top, but, go out while we were doing good and not ever let it get stale or feel stale. And that was taking up, I think, most, if not all, of my bandwidth for, sharing. And I honestly got tired of hearing myself talk. You want to know the
Yeah,
truth? Here's a
I can
confession.
hear. I can.
I haven't even listened to our last two episodes. Now, to be fair, I haven't listened to any scale modeling podcasts in probably.
I kind of on the same page with him, with listening to myself talk, because I have to edit this stuff, And sometimes I'm sitting there and listening to myself, and I go, I need another coffee or I need another beer before I finish editing it. But anyways, let's continue.
probably 6 months. I don't know. I kind of got burnt out. Maybe people talk about loss of mojo, and maybe that's it. There's a lot of factors that have come into play for me being in my current pathetic state with relative to scale modeling. One thing for sure is that I really like threw myself into the whole IPMS contest thing with the same fervor that I throw myself into anything that I decide to do. Partly because I wanted to check my assumptions, and partly because I'm a competitor and hey, I want to compete. Why not? But the look, IPMS as an organization is so shitty that that might have been a mistake. I don't know.
I kind of agree with him on that because for a while I was a member of IPMS Canada. I also was a member of IPMS US. And I was getting the magazines, and they had articles in there, and sometimes you get free decals with your membership, but I don't know. Magazines lately have been, for me, boring. Now there are good ones out there. I have gotten some good ones, but some of the ones I used to read, like Fine Scale Modeler, for example, they used to have, when they did an article, they used to use the writer's own words and describe what they were doing with pictures and stuff like that, and they've gone away from it. They heavily edit it. They put their own words. They do the article the way they want it, and sometimes it just doesn't come off. And the last article I submitted to Fine Scale Modeler, I did get paid for it, but I have yet to see it in publication. I've been looking. I might have missed it, but I doubt it. I get the ads the same as you do, and I check it. But the same goes with the newsletters you get from IPMS, both Canada and US. They have an article in there about an aircraft the guy built, pictures of the aircraft built, and that. And there is no physical pictures of how he went through and built it, describing how he built it in a manner which would suit me. So, because I've had to cut back on my expenses, because, let's face it, with all of us right now, we're suffering. Us and my family included. We've fallen on hard times. Even though my wife makes good money and I make good money, I can't make ends meet. And it's caught into my modeling, and it's made me depressed about it. And I think that's part of the problem why I haven't been on, because I'm not providing any builds for you guys, nor have I been able to buy any models to do kit reviews. Now, I have kits in storage, but again, the logistics of getting it out of there and over here, I don't have the money for. And now with the father-in-law being sick, the money's got to go in that direction. It has to. I got no choice. But anyways, I kind of agree with Will on this, because even the contests I've gone to, it seems to be the same people winning, to me anyways. Now, if there were, and usually they're the members of the club, which I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but if you're putting on putting on the show, you shouldn't be the ones entering the show, because I think there's a little bit of bias and a conflict of interest there. But hey, it is what it is. But they've never changed any, like he's going to say on this video. They haven't changed anything for years, and they need to make changes if they want to keep going as an organization. And I don't think they're going to be willing to make the changes, and I think as an organization, he's right. They might be dying. But anyways, let's see what else Will has to say on this.
The whole thing just really left me feeling kind of soured and dismally unoptimistic. And frankly, I think that unless there's some sort of miraculous change, that IPMS as an organization is doomed. And that 10 years from now,
I agree.
They won't, if they exist still, it'll be like, the human remnants of a post-apocalyptic cataclysm, few and far between.
I like Will's.
Just, I don't know. And and let me say, most of the people in the IPMS are great. They're fine at a minimum, and a lot of really great people. But then there's that 20% that seem dedicated to running off the good ones. They're stuck in the 90s. They don't want to do anything new. They don't want to talk about any different way of doing things. Everything that comes up with regards to progressive change, even if it's just making the current set of rules actually coherent and clear, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear about it. Everything is just fine. We've been doing it this way for 500 years. I mean, it's really pathetic. And I don't know. I don't want anything to do with it anymore. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it.
That kind of sounds like the Roman Empire. Oh, we've done things like this for 500 years, and guess where they ended up? Yeah, I agree with them. They're too stuck in the 90s. It sounds like a lot of politicians, by the way, stuck in the 80s. But anyways, he's right. It's hard to get new categories into contests. It's hard to get categories for new materials being used in modeling and stuff like that. I have been in a contest since 2010, maybe even further back than that. I went to Torcan once, and I used to go in the 90s, and then they stopped having the contest for a bit, and I stopped going, and I never went back. And then there was a contest in this hotel, which I could stay in. I went there. I won a bronze for a model I built. I forget what I built now. I still got the medal here somewhere. But it just wasn't the same anymore. And like Will here, I lost my taste for it. I like going mostly for vendors, and sometimes you see something on the display tables for the contest that you go look at it and go, hey, now this is cool. And you take a few pictures. Other than that, and sometimes those ones that you think are really cool and really nice, sometimes they don't win. Something else wins that let's face it, was a lesser of a model than the one that was on display. I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm there fully understanding how Will feels about a lot of subjects right now concerning modeling. Anyways, let's go forward.
But I am, I can't help but notice that there are some things going on that are good. Like this past weekend, Scott Gentry of, Honcho of the Plastic Posse podcast and some other progressive guys put on the first of what will hopefully be annual Rocky Mountain Hobby Expo, where they basically are looking to turn everything about IPMS contests on its head. And from the look of, things that have been published already by like Matt, Duke's models, it sounds like it was a resounding success. So that's good. Now, in the interest of getting back to the random and to talk for a second about contests I actually do like, check this out. This showed up in the mail a few days ago. Yes, that's right. It does say 2022, but look, it's the Ming contest. So if you're not familiar, they run this off of their Facebook page, although they have information about it on their website. But the Facebook page I think is great because personally I think any competition that purports to be taken seriously should be very visible and easily accessible both to competitors and observers. And Ming is doing a great thing with that. But their contest is basically on the Facebook page. It's a popularity vote, and they run it each month, and then they have the overall year thing. And in 2022, I won both the month and the year overall for aircraft with my future roached Hornet. And it was great because not only is it, judged by the viewing public, but they also have a panel of vetted judges. You don't really know how that part of it works. Like they don't tell you what the criteria are or how they're going to be judged, but you know who the judges are. Like you had people like Shuichi Hayashi and David Parker, who obviously are both world-class scale modelers. So it's not just the popularity part. It's also, you're getting reviewed by peers who are obviously at the top of the game. So that's really cool, and it felt really good. Plus, it pays money.
Ooh,
like I
didn't know that.
Won like $200 for the monthly and $1,000 for the winning the whole year. And let me tell you something. Cash spends a whole lot better on hookers and weed than medals or plaques. I mean,
Well,
trophies are cool.
Not necessarily hookers and weed. Me, it would be more models and beer.
But cash is
And a bacon cheeseburger.
even cooler. And they paid promptly without any having to, wonder if it was ever going to show up. And I was like, cool with that. Hey, that's enough. So I was really surprised when they reached out about a month ago and said, hey, we want to send you a plaque or an award. They didn't even tell me what it was. And then this showed up. And so I just wanted to throw them a shout out because I think that they're doing a great thing. They, kind of get the whole guerrilla marketing, engagement with the marketplace thing.
Sorry about that. There was somebody at the door. I had to go and answer the door before they woke up the kids.
Which is really cool to see. And they did it right. I mean, they really did it right. And so I kind of feel like, look, if you're going to build a Ming kit, and they have a lot of really good ones, the Hornet was a good kit. It wasn't, Tamiya level great. It wasn't a 10 out of 10, but it was still really good. If you're going to build a Ming kit, might as well, enter the thing and see how you do. You never know.
Yeah, they did I tried to build certain companies and avoid others, but some of the others have kits of aircraft that nobody else makes. Other than the Hasegawa F-102 and F-106, Ming's the only other one that has produced a decent 102. I think they also do a 106. Now, it's not Hobby Boss, but Trumpeter did a 106B be in both 1/72 and 1/48 scale, and they did them in a single seat and a two-seater, both which I want to get, but maybe down the road. I don't know. There's lots of kits I want to build. Anyways, back to Will. Sorry, Will, I'm keep interrupting you here.
No, so anyway, that was really cool. Enough of that. Let's actually take a look at some stuff, because I do actually now have some things going on at my workbench.
All right. Will goes on to some of the stuff he has. If you, I'm going to post a link below to this video so you can watch the rest of it. But my main purpose was to say that I'm not the only one having mojo problems and stuff like that. Like, let's face it, we're all struggling right now, and I'm in a place right now that there's no windows in here. I live in a 3-bedroom apartment. The kitchen's just over there. Okay, there's no windows in this bedroom. I don't know. Well, there's one right there looking out in the kitchen, but that's how they fudge the code requirements. And the other bedrooms are across the hall. They both have windows, but I wasn't going to stick my kids in here just so that I could have a window and I could paint and spray paint. That's not how it works. So we're working on moving, but let's face it, anything I try to rent that would suit our purposes is going to cost me even more money. It's hard enough living in this place, paying for this place. Anything higher than that, we can't do it. Anyways, that's enough about me. I'm going to be doing my next video on Royal Canadian Air Force on the CF-100. Now, I am looking for 2 kits. Well, actually, I'm looking for 1 kit. I want to find the original. Excuse me. The original molding of the Hobbycraft 1/72 scale CF-100. Now that would be kit number. Let me see here. Let's see what the kit number. This one is. I think this one is. This kit I got in my hand is 1393. The original kit was 1392 when it first came out, way back when. And unfortunately, whoever did the molds for Hobbycraft screwed it up. A lot of the detail that was supposed to be on the bottom was on the top, and blah blah blah. The fit was poor, and the cup, it was very sparse, and the canopy was rather thick. So they sent it back. From what I understand, I have to double check my research. They sent it back and had it redone, but it still wasn't up to par. There were still problems. There were still details missing. So they made a brand new mold, new tooling, which I have right here. This is kit number 1393. Okay. Now, I'm going to do a kit review, but I want to do a kit review with this and the original. And I want to find an original that nobody really wants anymore, who would just sell it to me really cheap because shipping's expensive. So I can do a full review when I do my video. So if anybody out there has one of those kits, just contact me at hackershanger@yahoo.ca, and we can talk. Or you can go to my Facebook page at Hackers Misadventures in Scale Modeling. Anyways, that's about it for now. I will try to endeavor to do better and get back on track, but you know, by the time I get home I'm tired, and some morning I like to get up early in the mornings and do this. Like this is at 5:30 in the morning. That's why I don't know who would be not. I get up at 5:30 in the morning, especially this week because my wife goes to work at the day shift, and I do these. I mean, planning to do these videos early in the mornings while the kids are still asleep. So, but I'm being so tired that I hear my wife tell me, "I'm leaving, love you, bye," and then the next thing you know, it's been an hour and a half later. So by that time the kids are up and they make too much noise. I can't do recordings when they're up because they make too much noise, and that's another reason why I would like to find another place so I can either fix up or build a room that I can insulate for sound so I can do recordings. Anyways, maybe in the future, who knows. But as always, every build's an adventure, so go make it awesome, and you have a nice day, and we'll see you later. I'll try to get back on track. Okay? And have a nice day. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video, and please remember to subscribe to my channel and punch that like button. You also can donate to my channel through my PayPal, which is on the main page of my channel, and you also can donate through Patreon. So, as always, every build is an adventure, so go make it awesome, and we'll see you again later, and you have a good day. Goodbye.